Hey guys, it's your girl Brandy, aka Brandy4. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So yeah, I wanted to come to you with another Kardashian video because once again, I've been seeing the same thing on my feed, on my timeline. Every 6 months, we see a news story about how Tristan Thompson has cheated on Khloe Kardashian. I don't know what's not clicking in her head. I don't know why she keeps dealing with the same nonsense when he clearly does not care. At this point, is this even funny? It's getting sad. It's getting really sad. And it's so unfortunate every time I see these headlines. Most recently, now he actually got another woman, his personal trainer, pregnant while he was still with her after they rekindled their relationship, like for the third time, mind you. It kind of just makes me upset, even though, like, yes, Khloe Kardashian along with the rest of the Kardashians are problematic in many ways. However, I'm not gonna lie, like, I haven't been watching the Kardashians for years, since before their Kanye era. Khloe used to be my favorite Kardashian out of the three, and it's very unfortunate that she went from being like such a strong character on the show who didn't take crap from anyone, who didn't make looks everything. That's why she was my favorite Kardashian, because looks didn't mean like too much to her. She kind of made fun of like the whole Kim Kardashian brand, which is why everyone used to love her, which is why she was everyone's favorite, because her along with Kourtney, they would like humble Kim. And that's what made the show good. Like, they would always just humble Kim. But now it's kind of like Kim rubbed off on Khloe, and now she's very, they've all been superficial, so that's not the right word, but it's more so she's just very into her image. She's very into showing a fake idea of what beauty should be, and she never used to be that way. Today, I kind of just wanted to talk about how she went from being the best Kardashian to now the worst. I've been binging the Kardashians, well, like the later seasons recently, and I'm like trying to figure out what went wrong. But basically, I'm just gonna kind of go down the timeline from what I remember, just to like break everything down. So I remember from like season 2 of Kardashians, like I would say 2008, 2009, she starts dating this ball player, Rashad. I guess they dated for a few months. It didn't seem like they dated for that long. This was kind of a big deal on the Kardashians back then because the family always said how closed off Khloe would be when it came to introducing the family to a new boyfriend. She had the courage to do that, and then lo and behold, the boyfriend, Rashad, he was cheating on Khloe with, numerous chicks. And Khloe found out through like a voicemail after Kim hacked into his voicemail, throwback. She found out he cheated on her, and then she just lost all trust in men, period. It started off bad already. First relationship we see, she's dating a basketball player. The basketball player cheats on her. Next, then you fast forward to like late 2009. She and Lamar, they start dating, and then literally 2 weeks after they start dating, they get engaged and get married like a month later. Everyone was kind of like, yeah, this is very not like Khloe, because she isn't the type to just rush into a marriage. But yep, that's what she did, and she introduced Lamar to everyone. They kind of just went along with it, didn't question the fact that she didn't know him for more than a month. No one questioned. Kris Jenner did not question her 25-year-old daughter. Kris Jenner did. You see, I have a lot to say about Kris Jenner because she really just doesn't do much. She's known the man for 2 weeks. Make it make sense. So yeah, they get married, and then don't get me wrong, over the past 3 or 4 seasons with him in it, with Lamar and Khloe in it, they seemed like a very happy marriage. They seemed like they were 2 peas in a pod. They seemed extremely cute, even though I really did not like Khloe's baby voice. Just like the perfect couple, to be quite honest. But of course, we end up finding out that Lamar cheated on Khloe. countless times with different hook HOO, you know. And on top of that, we find out that he is a drug addict. And but before we get into what happens afterwards, I also want to talk about around the time when Khloe was married to Lamar, or even before then, she was always preaching to her sisters about not taking crap from any men. For instance, Khloe would always tell Kourtney to leave Scott alone. Scott is no good for her because Scott cheated on her, is an alcoholic, let's call it how it is, and is irresponsible and did not do what he needed to do for Kourtney. And Khloe would continuously call that out every season, where he's like, the family would always be like, oh, but it's Scott. It's Scott's. Let's just give him grace. And Khloe's kind of like, why are we giving this man grace? He's been making the same mistakes numerous times. Am I the only one who cares about my sister? And that's why everyone respected her, because it was like she always called it like it was. And we assumed because she was so vocal in Kourtney's relationship, in Kim's relationship, especially when she was with Kris Humphries, she was the first one to say, hey, like, Kris Humphries is a weirdo, he is not a good person. She was the first one to call this out. That's why everyone was like, of course she can't get played. It's like when Lamar cheated on her, when she finally like decided, I'm going to divorce this man. It gave me hope. I was like, okay, Khloe, like, she's actually leaving him. I know it was hard for her to leave him because, you know, at the end of the day, like, she made a vow. She made a commitment. So it was hard for her to leave him, but, you know, she had to do it for herself, honestly. I was thinking, like, by then, I was like, okay, yes. But then you kind of see a shift with her. While she was going through her divorce with Lamar, you can tell that she had a huge change in her image. She went from being like her pale, normal face, small lips, normal size butt, normal flat stomach. She was never fat, mind you. She was never fat. She looked normal. She went from looking normal to looking like an Instagram model / Kim Kardashian. I don't know what happened. I guess it's like once the family got put on to Kanye and just the fashion industry in general, they felt as though they can just start appropriating Black culture like 10 times more. I don't know what made them think that was the case, probably because of Kanye, but we start seeing a whole change. And then we also see that she got a BBL. She's on a lot of fitness magazines and fitness apps and whatnot. She has like her whole, she's always like posting workout videos. She kind of did a whole rebrand after the Lamar thing. And don't get me wrong, it was working for like a good amount of time. Like people were like, okay, Khloe, go ahead, Khloe. But then, you know, of course, once she starts saying like, oh, my butt is actually real, I worked for this butt, everyone's kind of looking at her sideways because it's like, is this the same Khloe that has been true to herself and real to herself and calling out Kim whenever, like, on her plastic surgery and stuff? Like, this, it wasn't the same Khloe, especially when, like, you can clearly tell that she looks different from 2009 to, like, 2013. You can tell a huge difference in her features. Her face is different. There was literally a season where you could tell she had Botox, like she couldn't even smile, and they called it out, and then she denied it. She tried to deny it like several times on the show, and it was just like, girl, you cannot deny what is right there. Like, how long have you been watching this show? So yeah, the rebrand was kind of like annoying. It was like, yes, she looked good, but also she just ended up getting more and more plastic surgery, and then she just looks completely different than how she used to look. And the crazy thing is, she never even looked bad. Like, she just looked like an average white girl. There was really nothing wrong with the way Khloe looked. People just kept calling her fat and comparing her to Kim and Kourtney, because Kim and Kourtney, they have more of the exotic look because, you know, they have more of their dad's features. While I personally think Khloe, she has more of her mom's white side. Her dad's also white, but like her mom, white, you know? So she looks mainly like her mom. And it's just unfortunate that like she just felt the pressure of having to transform herself to look like Kim. During those seasons when she does her rebrand, you can just tell everyone kept saying, oh my gosh, like, remember how you used to look 3 years ago? Oh, at least you're not as fat as you were 3 years ago. And I'm just like, so isn't that so damaging to her? Like, the people that she loved, they're all literally admitting to her that they didn't think that she was beautiful before her plastic surgery. There were countless times where they literally said that she looked bad before plastic surgery. It's not okay. It's really not okay. And then we kind of wonder why Khloe is the way she is. She's the way she is because, like, look at the people around her. They didn't actually think she was beautiful. So when you're constantly compared to Kim and Kourtney, you know, you're two, like, you know, they're beautiful sisters, like two exotic looking beautiful sisters. And people are already calling you ugly, and they think this, but they're not actually telling you, but they tell you in like a different way. Like, oh, do you think you need to lose a few pounds? She can't help but to internalize all of that. And, you know, it shows through her plastic surgery, and it's showing through her relationships. And so now she meets Tristan Thompson, I guess in like 2016. They seem like a very happy couple. And this was like a great time because everyone was like, wow, she finally found love after Lamar. She finally starts dating Tristan and finds out that she's pregnant with a baby girl. And then literally 9 months into her pregnancy, finds out that Tristan is cheating on her. First of all, a man who cheats on their pregnant girlfriend, trash, garbage. I personally didn't judge her when she didn't leave him that first time, because what do you expect from her? Like, she was 9 months pregnant. She was 9 months pregnant. She was still very much in love with this guy. You know, it probably didn't register in her head that, wow, like, this guy really cheated on me after I've been carrying his baby for 9 months and I was in love with him. After that, I guess like they had split for a couple of months, but then they ended up getting back together. And then the whole drama between Jordyn and Tristan kissing Jordyn, and then Khloe putting all the blame on Jordyn. I just didn't understand that. And actually, I also want to talk about this. Here's my thing. I feel like after the rebrand of Khloe Kardashian as well, I feel like she's really, not only does she appropriate Black culture, she would also just be very disrespectful towards Black women anyway, and especially when it came to relationships. Basically, Khloe just steals a lot of Black women in the industry's men, and she like does not care at all. It's kind of hard to feel bad for her fully. It's like, yes, you feel bad because, like, as a woman, I feel bad for what she's going through. However, she kind of did Black women dirty by being a homewrecker, kind of. And so now it's kind of coming full circle. French Montana and Trina were dating. Khloe, you know, she was texting him and stuff while they were dating. The girl who was with Tristan Thompson, literally Khloe was dating him while he was still dating her. There was also another situation too. I think like Khloe was dating Trey Songz. I don't remember who was dating him at the time, but like, yeah, did another Black woman dirty. Like, it's a pattern with the Kardashians in general. Like, this new rebrand, she just kind of thought she can do whatever the hell and get away with it. And I didn't like that. It was kind of like, really, Khloe? The old Khloe would never. No, it's not a good thing to compare someone from 10 years, how they were 10 years apart. But like, I just can't help but to think how she's kind of just a hot mess. I don't know, like, but also you can understand why she is so insecure now. The media broke her. Her family, her own family, honestly broke her. I feel like that's why in these recent episodes, Kourtney Kardashian, she's kind of been just more frustrated with Khloe and how she's always taking Kim's side more. Because, you know, Khloe and Kourtney, they were always like the besties on the show because they always humbled each other. Now you see that recently their dynamic has shifted a bit because like Khloe is more up Kim's ass, and basically just like doing everything Kim would do. Oh, I have to be a businesswoman. Oh, I have to be up the plastic surgery trends. And Kourtney's kind of just on the sideline, like, dang, like, I lost my partner in crime who was with me in this whole situation. And that's kind of why you see their relationship shift as well. Kourtney's like thriving in her relationship with Travis Barker after, you know, honestly finally taking the advice that Khloe was giving her in 2009 to leave Scott. And you know what's crazy? Khloe is now preaching about how she wants Scott and Kourtney to be back together. And I'm like, I just don't understand. What happened? I just want to know what happened to Khloe Kardashian. How did she go from being the most liked to the most disliked? From being the coolest to the most pathetic? Anyways, comment below what you think. Make sure you like this video and subscribe for your girl Brandy 4. Comment below what you would like me to talk about, because I can talk about anything pop culture, period.